Game 2 on the day. Game 3 of 6 of the Halifax session here at St. Mary's University. We get our first look at Oakville Prep wearing the whites. And Halifax Prep in the blacks with the Nova Scotia splashed across their shoulders. Tip goes out of bounds. A lot of new names on this Oakville Prep squad, but still without some of those new names due to injury right now. With the rock, Damar Dial Richards kicks out Marcotus Hall, no good. Richards offensive rebound back to Hall.
And Damar's activity level on the glass today is really going to shine. He plays high energy, he's highly communicative, and then as a defensive guy, he comes in and helps. So here he is on the box out working the big man alley.
You're going to see an awful lot of that out of Halifax Prep. 3 ball is good out of the corner. Tavon Downey, one of the local kids out of North Preston in Nova Scotia. And there's Downey coming down with the rebound, but they call it a jump ball. Downey not scared of anyone. This kid just balls out. Getting D'd up by Jordan Prasad right now. J9 Simmons up top. The big man turns it over in transition off the steal. Count it 2. J-Rel Diggs, another local product out of Dartmouth.
And J-Rel actually won or earned a showcase MVP right here in this very gym a couple of years ago. He's a guy who could produce on the fly in transition. He's got a great body on him physically. Here he is pushing the ball to Prasad. Him and Prasad together on the floor, I think, is a very dynamic guard of combos.
Prasad almost turns it over, gets it back, shoots the 3. Diggs offensive rebound. Ooh, Regab coming through with a little bit of a swat there, flat-footed. Hall no good. Downey pushing it back the other way. There's Jordan Prasad with the steal and the assist. Head manning easy to Tavon Sheard. Some breakout baskets to start things up here for Oakville Prep. 2 minutes into this one. J9 Simmons.
Now, see, this is what J9, from an IQ standpoint, this is where he's got to pick it up and watch a lot of film. He's dribbling into traffic and into his big man. Ali looking to set up.
Prasad just whipping it down low, and finishing is Dial Richards. Downey working on Prasad. Running off the screen. Nice little cutback. Regab. Flat-footed rebound, but out-muscled by Marcotus Hall. And back the other way. Transition 2s all day. Tavon Sheard. The lead's up to 7. Oakville Prep with a great start to this one.
3 seasons.
He tried to send that one to Banff.
Making Canadian basketball history.
History has been made.
Nearly 100 alumni are now playing at the post-secondary level.
Hey!
Some will see their dreams come true.
Oh, killing time. Allen Spoon Hunters cooking up a show. Jordan Prasad putting the NPA on notice.
Now, new names will emerge.
Setting the end. We're back live, just missed a foul there, so going to the line to shoot 2 will be J9 Simmons. In game number 1, RNS took out LBA 85-61. That score really doesn't tell the story of the game, as LBA battled back in that one to cut it to 7 in the second half, but ran out of juice. Kellen Tynes finished with 21 points and his usual handful of steals. Sam Alamutu had another double-double, 18 points. Mateo Zagar with 14, many of those coming in the second half. Ooh, a two-handed block there by Ruta. LBA was led by Atiki Aliatiki and Ryan Heim, who both finished with 12. Stepped out of bounds, a negative step on the sidelines, getting them every time. Wow, Oakville Prep just having their way in transition. Halifax just not getting back and just standing around. They find themselves down 7. Lots to be desired on the defensive end for Halifax Prep right now. Gang rebound by Oakville in transition. Diggs no good, waited for someone else to touch it, so it wasn't a travel. Gets back up, called for the foul. Diggs will go to the line to shoot 2. Calling that one on Downey. Leads at 7, 6:03 to go left in the first quarter.
J-Rel Diggs at the line, a name you're going to be hearing a lot of this season. Hometown kid, getting off to a hot start here at SMU.
Do want to specify J-Rel's from Dartmouth. I know the kids from Dartmouth definitely want it to be known that's where they're from. Same as the North Preston Pride. Simmons called for the foul. What a terrible start for Halifax Prep here on the defensive end. This is a team that feeds off their energy, and they just don't have it right now to start. Prasad. Halifax Prep looking to push the momentum back their way. Simmons. Driving. Yeah, that's a charge all day.
Absolutely out of control on that one, and the defenders were just waiting for him.
Marcotis Hall planted his feet a good 5 seconds before the offensive player got there. Richards. Hall. Prasad. Back to Hall. Prasad pulls it. Johnny on the spot. Count it. J-Rel Diggs. Ooh. That was out of control. Searching for answers on the sideline are the Sevens.
Just really been out of control for this first quarter. That's the name of the game for these guys. If they could just get a little bit more court presence and establish themselves in the half-court set, not have to rush their possessions. I think they tried to reciprocate what Oakville came out with playing with that speed, and they don't necessarily need to match it.
Prasad has missed his first 3 shots, trying to get his legs underneath him. I know he's coming back from a bit of an injury to that leg as well. Has only played 1 game over the last handful of weeks.
Yeah, he's had a huge scab on his heel that he's been dealing with, and it just keeps reopening. Nothing's too serious, but something he's been taking care of.
Just over the midway point here, leads up to 13. Oakville Prep has come out and punched Halifax Prep right in the mouth. Sorry, go ahead.
What you're seeing right here, the guys just hold on to it for way too long. And off ball right now, Halifax Prep isn't smart enough to know where to be off the ball and just really create offense for each other. A lot of ball watching as Downey brings the ball up the court. And this is a team that's going to thrive in transition if they can really figure it out. That's going to be a part of their identity all season long.
And on the other side of things, Oakville Prep, a squad that really spent all last season trying to find their identity. Talking more in one game in the NPA than I think they did all last season. The bench being in tune with the guys on the floor. Seems like a small thing, but it has been something that I know Oakville Prep's hierarchy has been looking for, and I think they found the right answer there on the sidelines in Jamal McQueen.
Richards makes it a 15-point game, 20-5 here in the first quarter with just under 4 minutes to play, and Richards' activity level on the glass just really getting it done defensively as well.
Yep.
Right on cue. There he is taking a charge this time.
Very predictable offense, which is leading to these charges. Jaron Johnson checking into the game. Persad running the offense, 3:40 to go. Oakville Prep in control. Aronik Gruwal from downtown. Players playing their role right now for Oakville Prep. But that's not a foul that they needed. Diggs picks up an easy call. 3:30 to go. Got two more coming at you tomorrow at 2 and 4 Atlantic time before we finish things up on Sunday morning at 10 a.m., a getaway game. Wow. That is a tough take. But Trayvon Julian bangs in two off the glass, and I mean bangs it in.
Still a 15-point game here in favor of Oakville, and they've been in control the whole first quarter.
Dial Richards. Got it to Makai Richards. He threw it out of bounds. Halifax Prep, they got to get it together in the final 3 minutes of this first quarter, or they are going to be hearing it from their head coach. Yep, easy foul call on the body there. Keenan Moraine.
And Keenan Moraine, who just committed the foul there, class of 2023, a lot of time on his side. Development is coming in correct. He stands at 6'7" right now, and it looks like he's going to be a long-term small forward.
Tito Obosato bounces in the second. Persad still being kept off the score sheet thus far. Picks up his dribble, threw it out of bounds. This is the type of energy that Halifax Prep needs to play with. .235 to go. The lead's down to 13. Halifax Prep has weathered the storm that came at them early. There's Jaron Johnson, dribbles himself into a turnover. Persad pushing the other way. Bounce pass picked off. See Jaron Johnson, good transition defense. That is not needed. You had two guys with you forcing it back. Jaron Johnson again getting back on D. He gives it up. That's the type of offense you need. And look what happens out of that. Timeout on the floor. The lead's down to 10. 2:02 to go. Halifax Prep getting in their groove.
Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct.
Halifax Prep fell down by 17 early on.
Yep.
They were down 22-5, a 7-0 run. That 7-0 run has felt like it's 20-0 because of how much energy Halifax Prep brought out of it. And I mean, it really has come from Jaron Johnson.
And Jaron Johnson, if you know, whoever watched him in his first season in the NPA, he was a prime contributor on this squad. He's starting to regain that for this squad. In my opinion, he should be their primary ball handler. He utilizes his dribbles and gets max efficiency out of them. Here's Prasad, another guy who's been terrific for this Oakville squad.
Prasad hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure he has about 3 assists. Lots of battling going on. These are two squads that are going to battle for everything. And what I like about Jaron Johnson, in that first year, he was a gunner, like you mentioned. Last year, really asked to take on a different role with some new strong personalities coming into the squad. And I know by the end of the year, he was kind of questioning where he was at. And I said, listen, man, you're going to become a better player because of this. You focus defensively this year. After being a gunner your first year and now in your third year, you should be able to put both of them together. Prasad. Tough pass. This is where Halifax Prep thrives in transition. Great transition defense, but with two guys trying to block the shot, it was an easy cleanup for Tito.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Dial Richards here. His activity level, his help side defense, it's the other guys that got to step up. He's sliding in to help. You got to find a body and clean up on those second chances.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of the Oakville offense. I know that didn't result in anything. That was a turnover. But the offense that they're running with really allows Prasad to use his court vision to the best of his ability. Could have found the cutter driving to the rim there. Instead went out for the three-point shot instead. Speaking of three from downtown, you can count it, Stacey Smith. He is electric off the bench.
And that's Jaron's second assist to Smith. Both on the three. Here he is coming up with a steal.
Jaron Johnson has turned this game around for Halifax Prep. But you got to stay within yourself. You don't need to drive and throw it up off the side of the backboard.
Tough shot that time. Dial Richards in position. Hands up, straight, vertical.
Nice inbounds pass. Basket no good. Prasad now on the bench, so Diggs takes over the point guard duties. Marcotis Hall into the corner. Gruel. Nice look off. Diggs from downtown, no good. Here comes Halifax Prep. Down 5, 26 seconds to go here. Letting them play out there. 5-second difference, game clock, shot clock, 5-point lead currently for Halifax Prep, who have not been able to get the offense going as Halifax Prep has been able to put the clamps down. Into the corner. No flow right now for Halifax Prep.
And it all comes from the perimeter. Look at the perimeter and how everyone was stationed just ball watching. That stagnant offense, that inability to create away from the ball is what's going to hurt this Halifax team.
14.4 to go. Prasad back on the floor for the final possession. Shot clock is off. 8. Good defense. Prasad comes back with it, forces it up to beat the clock. What a solid end of the first quarter for Halifax Prep. They put together a 10-0 run to cut it to 5 after the opening 10. Stay with us. We'll be back.
As the summer comes to a close, high school season remains a lasting component to a student athlete's pathway. Players who thrive in high school are recruited by prep programs to continue pursuing the next level in a competitive environment. At this stage, North Pole Hoops has identified Canada's top prospects from coast to coast, placing them at programs within the National Preparatory Association. Founded in 2016, this league is quickly emerging as a global destination for the world's elite basketball prospects. Utilizing the exposure arm of North Pole Hoops, comprised of digital marketing, live broadcast, and scouting, NPH acts as a media and marketing partner for the NPA to maximize exposure for our student athletes, helping them gain scholarship opportunities, our ultimate measure of success. Climb the ladder to the next level by joining the North Pole Hoops family and enter the blueprint.
We're back. 10-0 run. Man, and this is what basketball is all about. That 10-0 run fueled by a guy who didn't score a point during it.
3 assists, 2 steals. Right now he's handling the ball, can create.
That's Jaron Johnson we're talking about. Gets bailed out by the whistle.
As he starts that penetration, again, the guys on the wing just have to be more assertive. They got their feet in concrete right now, and I challenged them when we were at lunch, talking with the mayor and all that. Talked to the players for a little bit, and I challenged them to watch film. You got to watch these mistakes that you're making so you can learn from them, and it's not just coach telling you or it's not just me saying it. You see it for yourself, and you'll make those adjustments.
They all got those huddle accounts. No excuse. Courtesy their friends at NPA Canada. Moraine onto the wing. 3-ball is good. Oakville Prep getting their first basket probably in about 4 minutes thanks to J-Rel Diggs hitting from downtown. Into the corner. Smith. Pull up 3, that's what he does. No good. Oakville Prep getting things back in order. Prasad needs to see one go through, no good. Johnson with the rock. Fires it cross court. Nice little off ball screen there, freed up, but resulted in nothing.
And all of Johnson's passes have been right on the money. If guys are in position, if they got their feet set and they're in that low athletic stance, they can either explode off of it or be ready to shoot. I just love the injection of Johnson into this lineup.
Ali Regab checking back in. The 7-footer. Born in Egypt, now calling Halifax his home. Another NPH Showcase alum. Steele, Diggs in transition. Battling at Simmons, gets it to go, asking for the foul, no whistle coming. They're letting him play, man, I ain't mad. Simmons running off the biggest screen in the NPA. Big time shot, they needed that to stem the bleeding. Trevon Julian gets it back to single digits. Good hands by Jaron Johnson.
Not enough could be said about this kid, man. I think he's returning to his first season in the NPA form. He's regaining his confidence.
I hate to correct you, but like that first season, and we all remember that first season, he was just a gunner.
Well, he needed to be a scorer for them.
Yep.
And then last year he kind of took a back seat with all the older heads that were in the game who are now playing JUCO ball in various places. And now he's being recalled to have a bigger role on the team again.
But this is I think what, players definitely need to understand. Is every position you put yourself in, or you get put into, you're going to be able to add that to your skill set on what you can do as your career progresses. And we see it so often. A kid doesn't like the situation he's in, so he transfers. We see it at the post-secondary level. You see it in prep basketball too often. Sometimes you need to stick it out in order to learn lessons that you need to learn in order to improve yourself as a player.
No doubt about it. And I mean, it only adds, we were talking about this last night, the whole toolbox versus skill set. You mentioned that last night. The more adjustments that you have to make, the more you're adding to your skill set, essentially.
Absolutely.
Good pass inside to the big man. Big man, you got to establish position a little bit better, be able to get a cleaner shot. Johnson on the cleanup.
Even the little things Jaron Johnson's doing right now, like getting away with the shove underneath the basket, coming down with the rebound and the putback. Yeah, see, and Diggs came back and he said, I'm going to draw a foul. I think he earned that one with the official who missed a call on the other end. Did that little Steph Curry leg kick out. Got the call.
And if you watch Diggs' his body language and his assertiveness and his aggression, you'll notice this is one of those alpha dogs that are on the floor. There's not a lot of guys that play with his level of aggression and his consistency.
Yeah, you see his Dartmouth come out of him, that's for sure.
Some tough kids, man, out east.
And he's from out east, over the bridge.
Entry pass into Ali. Again, a big part of this for Ali. Establish better position, you'll be able to get a higher quality shot. Prasad, high percentage shot that time.
Yeah, I think what we've seen out of Regab, he needs to, like you said, needs to get himself in a position where he can just not even dribble, preferably, and just make a quick turnover his right shoulder into the middle. And we've seen him too often in this game getting it on the baseline. He's just out of position. Stay with us. 6:28 to go here in the first half.
Junior NPA Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from elite NBA skill trainer David Tyndale. Entering the showcase environment provides every camper an opportunity to measure their talent against elite prospects within the region. Top performers raise their stock and begin their recruitment process with exposure opportunities through national rankings, player mixtapes, and connecting families directly to college and university coaches. Regardless of age, gender, or talent level, developing professionalism and positive habits are vital for the success of all candidates.
We're back. Prasad, as the fans continue to file in here for the nightcap Halifax Prep. Battled back in this one. Head coach Damian Gay, always a ball hawk out there, getting his fingertips on it along the baseline. Dial Richards, basket in the bump. Had a good start in those opening couple of minutes. Getting back onto the score sheet right now.
I would not be surprised if the University of Maine offers Dial Richards today. He's had an excellent game. He's consistent all around. And, I mean, he's hungry. He's one of those guys that are just ready to ball when you call his name.
Don't like to judge things too quickly. Met him for about 5 minutes today at the mayor's office. But he was like just in tune. Like he wanted to be involved. He wanted to be there front and center. Wanted to talk, wanted to listen.
Yeah. He's had himself an excellent game in this one. Just picked up a steal and a hockey assist.
Tavon Sheard there with the basket. But it's amazing, especially, hey, Jaron Johnson dropping off a dime the way of Christopher Ruta.
Ming's got to thank me after this one.
I'm not going to thank you for anything.
Jaron Johnson. Was he going to start him?
After this game, if Jaron Johnson doesn't play a larger role on this team, then I could see. Bailed out.
Yeah, big time. Some slippage there.
Oh, no. Called it on the travel. Good call.
That was the right call?
Absolutely. But, yeah, I want to get back to that. It's amazing that within 5 minutes, and this is important for these kids to know, no matter which level the college coach that you're talking to, is talking to you. In 5 minutes, you can make an impression on anybody. Just looking them in the eye, listening to what they're saying, ask a follow-up question.
For sure.
Show that you're listening. Active listening is becoming a lost art in these generations.
And can you blame them though, Jay?
No.
Look at all they have to face via social media, via these forms of communication that don't allow them to talk face to face. And Tristan Jones,
he's
our
mouthing
producer,
the words "old people" at us, but the old people are the ones that are giving these kids the opportunities at the post-secondary level, and they're the college coaches that want to be impressed. They don't want to just see you on the floor play your game. When they meet you, they want to be impressed. That's what keeps them coming back. That's what keeps a Long Beach State from traveling across the country,
across two countries,
to come and offer you at a basketball event.
All the way west to all the way east. Give it up to Coach Mike Scholl.
And Sam Alamutu is one of those guys that in 5 minutes of talking to him, you know that this kid's just different.
That's a high character dude, is Sam. And then on top of it, he's got an extremely high academic average. He's going to be able to get recruited at all levels.
Diggs will get it back. It went off Halifax Prep. Just feel like just important for players to understand to stand out from the crowd by the way that you talk and act rather than just what you do on the floor. And there's Persad with the alley-oop dime out of the baseline out-of-bounds play to Dial Richards.
Dial Richards looking like he's going to have a 20-plus point game the way this first half has been for him.
And the way this offense works and with the injuries that they have, you know, there is lots of opportunity, especially playing with a guy like Jordan Persad, who can fill it up, who has set multiple FIBA records at the age group levels. But, I mean, if he has guys that he can play with, he can rack up 15 assists in a blink of an eye.
No doubt. Makes the right play. Just good at seeing the floor. Court vision is nuts. Stacey Smith opting to slow it down on this possession here.
Johnson picks up his dribble.
And again, guys are just not moving off the ball for Jaron, and he's going to be able to create a lot more for them if they're able to do so.
Getting it down low. Feet got tangled up there. Foul called on Ronick Gruel. Shutout Vasey Nadim, near 7-footer who got injured early in the NPA season last year and was not able to provide what we knew he could. Diggs in transition. Basket is good. I know you're working your way back, Vasey. Injuries are a part of the game. It's going to make you a better person, a better player. 3:18 to go now as your former teammates at Oakville Prep find themselves up 17. Transition defense has been everything for Oakville Prep in this one, being able to shut down the Halifax Prep offense after that counter punch that they provided.
Nice move by Downey that time, going behind the back, buying himself some space. Just couldn't get that floater to go.
Foul called on Dial Richards.
And LBA deciding to stay in attendance for this game. You could see them in the top left in the bleachers. Always good to study the opponent.
Stay with us. We'll be back.
You have to be challenged repetitively. You have to set a trend for the next guys that are coming up. Don't be asked to go harder. Give your hardest before you are asked.
In the fall, rep tryouts set the stage, but not everyone makes the cut. Players that catch eyes of coaches are awarded a roster spot. and a chance to represent. But nothing else for now. The work is just beginning. Playing time is fought for, rep by rep, and practice after practice.
Junior NPA Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected.
Jaron Johnson inbounding for Halley Prep. The Sevens find themselves down 17. That'll help. Three ball is good. Bolatito Obasato.
From Winnipeg, Manitoba, all the way to Halifax to play prep school basketball.
We will be in Winnipeg in just a month's time. I'm sure it will be beautiful. The middle of November in Winnipeg, almost as beautiful as Halifax has been, right?
Beautifully cold is what Winnipeg will be.
I've never been to Winnipeg. I'm sure it's delightful.
Frigid.
I'm sure middle November Winnipeg is wonderful. So that's what I've been told by Darren Leonard, who will be hosting us out there.
Excellent. Well, we got Winnipeg November 14th to the 17th. Then we got the Christmas break. In January, we're in Calgary from the 9th to the 12th. Montreal, February 6th to 9th. And then the final session before Nationals in Ottawa, in the nation's capital, the biggest session of the year before Nationals, February 26th to March 1st.
I believe they pronounce it Ottawa.
Sure, Jason. Pronunciation, grammar police over here.
Yeah, the largest prep boys basketball session in the country, continuing the tradition. 25 games over 5 days, as my crew beside me here cringes.
Yeah, it gets hectic, but it's all worth it, man. I mean, the scholarship opportunities, both Canadian and American side, during that session is something beautiful to see. You know, it's central, so coaches from all over the country head into Ottawa at the U Sports level, and then last year we had about 12 Division I programs as well, so opportunities are endless. Good pump fake that time by the Winnipeg product.
Would love to see him go up stronger than that. Prasad pushing. Bounce pass, telegraphed it just a little bit. Back the other way. Simmons in transition, no good. Some very solid transition defense from Oakville Prep. You know, the only thing that's the same with this Oakville Prep squad is the jerseys. Jersey colors.
Good hustle play by Downey.
Simmons
results in a three
from downtown. Yeah, Halifax Prep is asking their bench to get as loud as their coach's shirt, because that's what they feed off of down 14. Oh, J9 Simmons. They're going to be calling this team the Nines instead of the Sevens soon enough with some tricks like that in transition. And they force an air ball on the other end. The lead is down to 12.
.42 seconds left on the clock here. This will wind down the first half.
32 seconds on the clock. Simmons keeps it himself. Basket and the bump. J9 Simmons, when he plays within himself, can be such a weapon. When he lets the emotions just get a little bit out of tune, he ends up hurting his squad. I mean, he's a great personality. When you see the kid, he just has that smile.
Contagious.
Yeah, has a little smirk. I mean, this is a guy who lights up a room. But when you have that type of personality, you have to contain it. You have to use it at certain times when it's needed. Man, I'm glad he hit the free throw after I said all this wonderful stuff. It's down to 9. 25 seconds to go. 4 seconds. 4-second difference. Game clock, shot clock. Dio Richards fakes the pass. Simmons getting right in his shorts.
Love the defense he's playing right now. Very tight. Going to force a tough shot here, if any.
Getting after it, Stacey Smith on the other side of the ball. 11 seconds left. Halifax Prep needs to be smart in the final 10.
And they've already cut it to single digits.
4, 3. Gotta shoot it. Could have got bailed out by the foul call. No whistle. 9-point lead at the half. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back. Second half action. The National Preparatory Association started 4 years ago, born by the desire of basketball coaches, many of which were outside of Southern Ontario, to provide a different option than traditional high school competition for elite-level basketball talent. The goal was simple: create a platform for Canadian student athletes to give them the best opportunity to earn scholarships for post-secondary education through the game of basketball. Since then, the NPA has grown to provide the best basketball exposure available at the high school level anywhere in the world. We do this by live streaming 90% of the league's nearly 100 games on our North Pole Hoops YouTube channel, ensuring high-level competition in front of post-secondary coaches from across North America, providing game-by-game statistics on every player in the league on our industry-leading website, npacanada.com, creating individual profiles for all of the league's players on Canada's top college recruitment site, northpolehoops.com, while sharing it all through the social media reach of NPH's multiple platforms. By doing all of this at the highest level, we believe that we can keep the majority of Canada's basketball talent here on home soil, and ideally in their own city or province.
Last 2 years I played at prep schools in the US, and I'm just really happy to be back in Canada and to have this opportunity to play in the NPA. It really means everything to help push Canadian basketball forward.
I love the NPA because it's given me an opportunity to showcase my skills and talents in front of many coaches across the country.
Teams from New Brunswick don't usually get the exposure you would, but the NPA provides that, and just the competition is great.
It's a national scene. You're not playing guys in Ontario only or only in your city. You get to travel all over Canada, places you've never been before.
Each team had a different style of play, and that was something you had to prepare for every single game. They really helped to prepare us for our basketball career. It's not just me, it's my whole team.
Y'all are doing a great job of just exposing some of the underrated talent. It's a great spotlight, right? I think it's the best league in Canada.
It's given us a platform from Western Canada and the prairies especially to showcase that we do have talent that stacks up with the best talent in the country.
I really love the fact that I get to be proud of my school, of my team, of my guys, and put them on a national stage, which is what the NPA allows us to do.
It's come a long way just because everybody's on the same page, from the executive right down to the coaches and the players. I think it really is a family.
We are making history every season through a shared vision, common goals, professional leadership, and a league-wide constitution enforced by a board comprised of coaches from the league's original teams. Nearly 100 NPA alumni are following their dreams through the NCAA, U Sports, CCAA, or JUCO routes. Our new goal is strategic growth with long-term partners willing to help our team continue to blaze a new trail in Canadian basketball, showing our student athletes that what they need to succeed is right here in Canada.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA. NPH works in partnership with the community, including the national provincial governing bodies, as well as club programs to maximize scholarship opportunities. The NPH Showcase Circuit is your opportunity to learn the blueprint while joining the NPH family. Starting with our foundation, that is the Junior NPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary school student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH national rankings, where player profiles are created acting as an online resume. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from elite NBA skill trainer David Tyndale. Entering the showcase environment provides every camper an opportunity to measure their talent against elite prospects within the region. Top performers raise their stock and begin their recruitment process with exposure opportunities through national rankings, player mixtapes, and connecting families directly to college and university coaches. Regardless of age, gender, or talent level, developing professionalism and positive habits are vital for the success of all campers in life and in basketball. The blueprint tackles academic eligibility, self-reflection, assessment, goal setting, and brand management, all aspects necessary to become a professional on and off the court. The NPH Showcase Circuit takes place from April to December in a player-focused environment, while the Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct. As the summer comes to a close, high school season remains a lasting component to a student athlete's pathway. Players who thrive in high school are recruited by prep programs to continue pursuing the next level in a competitive environment. At this stage, North Pole Hoops has identified Canada's top prospects from coast to coast, placing them at programs within the National Preparatory Association. Founded in 2016, this league is quickly emerging as a global destination for the world's elite basketball prospects. Utilizing the exposure arm of North Pole Hoops, comprised of digital marketing, live broadcast, and scouting, NPH acts as a media and marketing partner for the NPA to maximize exposure for our student athletes, helping them gain scholarship opportunities, our ultimate measure of success. Climb the ladder to the next level by joining the North Pole Hoops family and enter the blueprint.
Who will be crowned national champion?
And Jacoby's going to try to measure this one up, looking for a made-to-measure suit.
Fourth quarter of action is brought to you by Indochino, where right now, using promo code HOOPS, you can get a custom-made, made-to-measure suit that a number of our coaches get fitted up, 10 showrooms across Canada, 6 of them where we have teams in the NPA, match made in heaven, Indochino and the NPA.
Indochino, the national sponsor of the NPA. We are excited to have you as a sponsor. We're excited for what you're doing. and what your brand brings to our league. The prestige of your brand, the prestige of our league from coast to coast.
The guys at Indochino were amazing when I got fitted. I can't thank you guys enough.
Indochino making me look good. That's all I gotta say. It's not always an easy task. Very grateful that you guys are taking care of me and having me look a little bit better.
I really thank you for putting the time in and believing in what we're doing with the young men and just, again, establishing ourselves in not only the basketball community, but the community that we live in.
Thank you, Indochino.
He has this like ferociousness to his game, this wanting to take the opponent's heart out. That, you know, it sounds really vulgar, but that's what it is. Like, that's what the elite guys, they compete in that sense. And I think that's what Addison has. It's that killer instinct that sets him apart.
My name's Patterson, the #1 player in the country. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always putting work in. I always had a goal, I always had a dream. Spending countless hours in the gym. If I couldn't get in the gym, I was outside hooping on the outside courts, doing whatever I could just to make it out and make a better way for my family and my loved ones. You know, as I grow and play basketball more and more, start to have more and more workouts throughout the days, 2-a-days, 3-a-days. It's getting more important to take care of my body. I've really gotten better at the recovery part of basketball and getting proper rest and you know, really the off-the-court stuff that prepares me when it's time to go train and play that game. I'm taking care of my body and making sure I'm well prepared. You know, I've been really just trying to get in the gym with guys that are at that next level, NBA players, D1, high major athletes, really just trying to prepare myself and push myself and not be comfortable.
My name's Roderick Patterson. I'm Addison's father.
My name is Jackie Patterson, and I'm Addison's mom. Addison, ever since he was a baby, he's always been a super sweet, calm, kind soul, and he's still the same way now.
When he first started playing basketball, I mean, he was determined, even from dribbling, to be a perfectionist.
He's just always been really competitive and sets huge goals. I knew he was going to be something really special.
Whether it was raining outside, snowing, morning, night, he was always outside, always training.
My name is Leah Patterson, and I'm Addie's little sister.
I'm Elijah Patterson, and I'm Addie's little brother. He's amazing. He helps us out with a lot of stuff, even when he's not home, because he's like at school a lot in America. Like, we still call each other, and we're still in touch. Like, he's a really good older brother. I think he's gonna make it really far.
I think he's gonna do really good too, and I think he's gonna reach to go into a higher level and go into the NPA.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I work here at Big House Cuts. I've been Addie's barber for a few years now. From we knew him, he was about 11. He was quiet, always quiet, didn't say much. The only time I've ever seen him show like much emotion is when I see videos of him playing basketball.
What separates Addison Patterson from the rest of the class?
Well, I think the size for position. He now stands at 6'7", and is a scoring guard. He could be played as a 2 or a 3. You know, he's very versatile in his scoring ability. He could start from the perimeter, usually operates from the 45 angles when he starts his penetration. And he had this innate killer instinct.
Hey, I know that guy. It was Elias Sabate.
Talking some Addison Patterson, the newest Oregon Duck.
Quack, quack. High scores in this one. Jarrell Diggs, 20 points. The Dartmouth product here in front of some friends and family. And then Damar Dial Richards, 11 points. A lot of those coming in that first quarter. J9 Simmons, another local player, with 10. And the player who most impressed me had 2 points.
And I know why.
Jaron Johnson, but there's Dial Richards with the putback. Jaron Johnson really engineered that turnaround for Halifax Prep, finds himself out there on the floor, gets that corner 3 opportunity on the closeout, back rim and out. Oakville Prep in transition, no good. Downey doing what Tavon Downey does, hustling, knocking it out of bounds off the opponent.
One of his best hustle plays happened before the half, dove on the floor, got it right on target to J9 when he hit the 3. Got to come back to the ball as a guard. When your guy gets trapped, you can't wait for that close-up to happen on him.
Downey drops it off. Simmons, smart move, back out top. Jaron Johnson adding to his point total. He's at 5. But transition defense leaves much to be desired for Halifax Prep. An easy 2 back the other way. Downey, kick out. Stacey Smith, no good. Downey battling down low. Keep it the way of Halifax Prep.
And on that last attack by Downey, he knew that he wasn't going to finish at the rim and recognized that it was just a matter of getting the defense to collapse on him to give Stacey that open shot.
That is an early timeout by the 7. Stay with us, just over a minute into the 3rd.
Golden Dough, it's a family restaurant. We are in Mississauga, been here for 25 years. It's a Middle East cuisine. We make it out of love. We make it fresh. It's very healthy for an athlete to come in to have a nice meal. Sitting around back home, like when you order a big plate or like a small plate, they like to share. A lot of family come together, they sit together. So this is what kind of makes it a family restaurant. Back in the day, my grandpa used to be a baker and he used to run a restaurant. So it's pretty much in my blood. Anybody that comes in will feel like into a family business. Come to Golden Dough in Mississauga, be part of the family.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA.
Man, I'm hungry. Had nothing to do with that shawarma commercial whatsoever.
Back in my meat-eating days, I would have crushed shawarma.
Yeah, back in those meeting days, like in about 45 minutes to an hour when you'll be doing it again.
I'll do no such thing.
Ooh, a little collision there. Downey, a little over-exuberant, colliding with Persad. Persad has not had the scoring, of course. Of course. Of course.
Of course.
Of course. Start to say something about Jordan Persad not scoring the ball, and he licks a tray right up in my grill.
But it is true, though. He hasn't been looking to even score.
No, but he doesn't need to on this squad, and I think you can see that with Jarrell Diggs with 20 in that first half.
And his best trait is his playmaking ability.
And that's what he's going to be looked to do at the next level, wherever that ends up being, right? He's going to be a point guard. He can shoot the ball, obviously, when needed. but a playmaking skills is what his strengths are. Ooh, who's that going to be on?
Before the push-off, there was definitely a foul there from Halifax.
Leads at 9. Oakville Prep has been in control since the beginning of this game. Halley has been able to keep it within striking distance after an initial wallop from the visiting squad from Ontario. J-Rel Diggs, money ball's good, he's up to 23.
I can't comment enough on Dial Richards today. Even when he's not scoring, his ability there to attract defenders in the high post before getting it off to Diggs, I mean, that's essential.
There's Downey. Deep. Diggs. Oh, you knew he was looking to shoot. Don't need that though. Back the other way, turnover. Right into the palms of Dial Richards. Good look ahead. Persad, pump fake, gets himself into the lane. He has an impressive layup package, but couldn't get that one to drop. Look at the work by Dial Richards coming up with the steal. Calling the travel, no whistle on the foul. .6:43 to go here in the third quarter. Oh, Dial Richards with the steal and the look ahead. Persad. No whistle. Persad ends up canning the Jimmy off the sheared miss. And look at Jordan Persad, just ripping it away. But gives it right back. Simmons, hop, skip, and a jump. This guy's Euro tripping all the way across the bridge back to Dartmouth.
J-Rel Diggs absorbing contact here by Stacey Smith, gets by.
Cotis Hall, no good. Battle down low, smart move, sheared.
And some of the shot selection we've seen early in this season has been questionable, to say the least. These guys got to be able to make adjustments quick and on the fly.
Sheared, no good. Simmons comes down with it. Fires a pass. Jaron Johnson. This is the ball movement that the sevens need. No good on the whip around. Keeping it himself, J-Rel Diggs. Protecting and dropping like a running back. Oh, there comes the D, a jump ball.
And in those jump ball situations, you've seen Oakville Prep just hungrier, just wanting it more, ripping it out of their hands.
And for all the energy that Halifax Prep had in that run in the second quarter, their bench really not feeling it right now. Could you get any deeper, Downey? No good.
From the volleyball attack line on that.
Ooh, little volleyball reference. Jordan Persad volleying it in, plus the foul. Timeout on the floor, midway point of the third quarter, leads at 13.
Over 150 prep and post-secondary programs in life and in basketball. The blueprint tackles academic eligibility, self-reflection, assessment, goal setting, and brand management. All aspects necessary to become a professional on and off the court.
Indochino to me is a million guys getting a million suits, and each one is different. I think the value is the quality is undeniable in terms of the suit that you'll get, and the fabric and style selection is second to none.
I think when someone puts on a suit, they take on almost a different personality, and they feel comfortable in their skin and who they are, and they feel good. Doesn't matter where you're going, what event you're going to, but everyone feels good in a suit.
I think a lot of what we do is kind of going against the grain, so to speak. Bespoke, made to measure, custom was traditionally only in store. We were the first to bring it online, and as we went through that journey, we really felt that in order to connect with the consumer, we needed to give them true options, really provide a service and an engaging.
In case you missed it, that was Jordan Prasad canning the three-point play. Leads at 14.
And I think at the end of this quarter is when Oakville's really got to, step on the jugular, take them out of the game. There's no better time than now.
Oh. Jordan Prasad putting on a display, but it was sent back at the rim by Ruta.
Beautiful dime there. Jaron Johnson. J9 Simmons on the finish.
Jaron Johnson looking forward to getting these extended stats back by the end of this session to see what he finishes up with, because this has been a very special game for him.
He's got to be a starter after this.
Good hands.
A point guard in transition with two defenders on you does not dribble to the corners. He comes down the middle third of the floor. That's where he's most protected, and that's where he will not get trapped.
Dribbled right into the kill zone there. Hesitated a little bit. Doesn't matter. This is Jaron Johnson showing what he can bring to a team. Ooh, Prasad stepped out of bounds.
Hung on to it too long. Ball's getting sticky.
.340 to go here in the third quarter. Halifax Prep battling. Good look. Ruta, no good.
Just not strong enough physically yet to get through that contact.
All kinds of battling. They're letting him go. Finally calling it on Dial Richards down low. At the line. Shooting two. Hits the first. It's Trevon Julian. Cutting it down to 6. Oh, J9 Simmons getting after the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Gets it back. Ruta sent back. Dial Richards, two-handed stuff.
Love what I'm seeing from this kid today, man. Dialed in is Dial Richards.
That was a heck of a play.
And Dial Richards, a member of the U17 Jamaican national team 2 years ago.
Stepping in, J-Rel Diggs. Up to 25 is J-Rel in front of some family and friends in attendance here at St. Mary's. 2:30 to go. 66-58. Halifax Prep down 8. Looking to cut into that lead. J9, a little crossover. Jumper no good. Dial Richards pulls it down. Gets it over midcourt. Good ball movement. Ronick Gruwal wide open from downtown.
Halifax thinks that they could leave a guy like Gruwal open. That is what he does. He spots up and makes them pay.
The scouting reports will be going across the league very quickly as these games get in the books.
Across the league, and then to all post-secondary coaches, I'll have my write-up complete probably on the way home on our plane ride back. I know Macias is watching online right now. Another one of our national scouts. He's been traveling with us. Got to see a lot of the action.
J9 into the corner. Stacy Smith. Down low. That's what you want to see out of Ali Regab. Quick, definitive movements. Prasad, pull up 3. Back the other way, but Prasad so quick with the hands. Grual gets it back for Oakville Prep. Diggs with the rock. Regab with the swat. A little bit of hot potato out there, and Diggs gets himself up to 27. Under a minute to go here. Leads back to double digits. J9 keeps it himself. Tough pass. No good. Dial Richards keeps Regab on his hip to come down with the rebound. Stepped out of bounds once again. .38 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Halifax Prep really just wants to get it down to single digits here heading into the fourth. Simmons, kick out. A lot of dribbling, not a lot of movement. 2 on the shot clock. Jaron Johnson launches. No good. Oakville Prep will have the last shot. 15 on the clock. Shot clock is off, 10 to go. That's an easy call. You could hear that up here. Regab laying the lumber on Prasad.
And 2 free throws here will extend the lead to 13. The end of the third quarter. This will be the final game of the night. But join us for 2 more tomorrow as well.
2 and 4 Atlantic time. You will see LBA take on RNS. And then Halifax taking on, LBA will be taking on Halifax Prep and Oakville.
That's a winnable game for LBA. I mean, RNS could end up leaving here with the perfect record to start the season.
Halifax Prep hoping that they don't end their session winless on their home floor. We'll be back. Fourth quarter action just a bit.
That customers would enjoy and remember.
Indochino is a custom-made experience, but with off-the-rack prices. You are in control. So you come on in, you choose what sort of material you're pursuing, choose what sort of print or patterns you really want to try out overall. From there, you pick out what kind of customizations you want to bestow upon these lovely garments, measure you up, and you get to express what you want, tighter, looser, longer, shorter, so everything sits on you as you want. We do everything all in one for you.
We give a 100% made-to-measure product. So it's very sort of individual and very personalized. It's for them. It's their suit.
Seeing them in their final suit just kind of makes it worth it at the end of it, because you spent time with them, and you know, whether they wear suits every day or this is their first suit, it's exciting. Like, you help them build that and it's theirs.
It's really that ability to create a one-of-a-kind garment that allows us to be in front of many different demographics. I think one of the most interesting things that's happened these past few years is how many customers that are having that truly special event of getting married are choosing Indochino to not only suit up themselves, but suit up their groom's party.
We continually improve not only the profile for the guy, but we improve the quality of our next suit and the suits after with the data that we capture. Indochino sets itself apart, especially against ready-to-wear, because we can deliver you a custom-made suit within 3 weeks. We, on average...
We're back. Fourth quarter action. Prasad. Jumper, no good. Halifax Prep needs a strong start to this fourth. They give it right back. Prasad can't get it to go. Regab brings it down.
I don't know why. I don't know who's in his ear. I don't know why he feels like he needs to start scoring. But Prasad is playing a much better game when he's looking to facilitate. Push from behind, gets let go. That time, Oakville battling for every possession. Halifax Prep been trailing all game. 1 minute here into the fourth quarter. It's a 13-point game in favor of Oakville Prep.
Big shot, Christopher Aruta. Sorry, he wants me to call him Chris. From downtown.
Big C.
It's a big shot. Cuts it to 10. Not something that I would expect there. I like this. Don't tee kids up. Bring them together and say, hey, guys, stop it. If I see it again, you're both getting teed up.
That's fair.
And hey, man, you don't need 2 tees when you're playing FIBA rules. 1 tee, you got all these kids consistently getting foul trouble as it is. Throw a tee on them. Half the time they're going to be fouled out. 5 minutes left in the game. Diggs, jumper, no good. Regab just doing what he needs to do. A vacuum down there. Downey up top. Stacey Smith hasn't found his range in this game. He'll take that. Stacey Smith cuts it to 7.
And they had Regab wide open on that possession.
Prasad. Kick back out to the corner, but teammate is a little further away.
He's forcing himself into some really tough situations.
Timeout on the floor. We'll be back after this.
3.5 meters to make a suit, and we lay that out and we laser cut it with a vacuum. It's amazing to see, over 200 pieces come together to make a custom-made suit. Whether it be hundreds of linings, thousands of customizations, it's like personalizing a car. And I think we've opened a lot of guys' eyes to that experience, and that is why we have a lot of repeat customers.
The future of retail is really exciting. We're showrooming and building a retail market that's totally cohesive with our online presence and our online e-commerce business. We're making it really easy for customers to shop wherever and whenever they want, whether they're in one of the retail showrooms, being able to look, see, and touch the fabric, or shop online from the comfort of their couch on their tablet or their phone. It's completely up to them where they can experience Indochino.
We truly are.
We're back. 8:18 to go. The lead is at 7. Hali Prep has got it to this point before in the second half, but has not been able to bridge that gap. Prasad, transition. That too will help him get him back into the flow. And that pushes the lead back to 9.
Good job by Prasad there, forcing Stacey Smith to his left.
And again, in transition, Prasad keeps it himself. 2 more. His teammates giving him some easy ones to get him back into the flow. Regab thought he was checking out. Halifax was going to drop their 6-person play. They pulled one of them back off the floor just in time. Simmons spinning back the other way, drops it off to Regab. Foul called.
Got some body there.
Yep. I mean, it's hard not to get body when you're going up against a 7-footer of that size. But the Oakville bench appreciated the fact that Sheard got up no easy baskets for the big man. Put him to the line, make him earn it. He misses the first. Misses them both. Dakotas Hall taking it right at the 7-footer, no fear. Halifax Prep can have numbers if they keep it going. Once again, Oakville gets back in transition. It saved them a number of times in this game. Simmons front rim, back out. Downey launches, back rim. Next one's got to go in, you figure. Stacey Smith, kick out. Hey, we'll call it a pass?
That's a tough shot, man.
We'll call it a pass?
Settling for some tough ones.
Regab cleaning up the mess. Diggs. No good. Bodies hit the floor, no whistle. Downey for the second time in this game, knocking it out of bounds off his opponent. J9 took it himself, found a space, drops two. Stop me if you heard this before. Cuts it back down to single digits. Stacey Smith getting in on Prasad. Prasad gets the foul line, misses. Regab pulls it down. Out of bounds off of Hall. Stay with the sevens.
And now this is a tendency that I'm seeing from Halifax that's really developing. The guards are not bringing the ball up the middle of the floor, and it's forcing them into those trap areas that you talked about. Just another pointer when they're watching film.
It's the second attempt from the volleyball stripe. Volleyball attack line. And Dial Richards from the land beyond. This kid is impressive.
Really strong start for him in his NPA debut. First game in the league, and he's easily has a double-double.
He's been very solid out there for his new squad.
I think at minimum, at the very minimum, he's going to be a high-level U Sports product. That's what I'll project. And I do believe that there's some low major teams that could utilize his services. All he's honestly missing is the frame. One offseason of just adding some weight. There he is with another key defensive stop, regardless of that foul.
Called a foul on the body. Well, scouting report for this Halifax squad, send them to the line. You stop them in transition that way, and they are just missing free throws.
It's honestly the difference in the game. It's only a 12-point game. They've missed easily 10.
Diggs. Heck of a drive. Hurt his knee on the play. 3-ball the other way. We'll be back. We'll update you on J-Rel Diggs.
It has to be beat down into your head. You have to be challenged repetitively. You have to set a trend for the next guys that are coming up. Don't be asked to go harder. Give your hardest before you are asked.
In the fall, rep tryouts set the stage, but not everyone makes the cut. Players that catch the eyes of coaches are awarded a roster spot and a chance to represent, but nothing else for now. The work is just beginning. Playing time is fought for, rep by rep, and practice after practice.
And up. 3 seasons. Almost 300 games.
Oh, Jacoby Neath!
Thousands of kilometers over 8 provinces.
He tried to send that one to Banff.
Making Canadian basketball history.
History has been made.
Nearly 100 alumni are now playing at the post-secondary level.
Rugby.
Some will see their dreams come true.
Need some juice.
And all of our former players will forever be part of the NPA family.
Oh, killing time. Alan Spoon Hunters cooking up a show. Jordan Prasad putting the... We're back. Taking a look at J-Rel on the bench. Didn't know if he smashed his knee off the ground or if he's just cramping up now. Oakville Prep playing on for their fallen teammate right now. Free ball's no good. Getting after it. Jump ball.
Early in the season, and you got bodies hitting the deck for those loose balls, those 50-50 ones. Got to appreciate the effort from these guys. A lot of basketball to be played here. 4.5 minutes, 84-73, just an 11-point game in favor of Oakville Prep. They've hung on to the lead for this pretty much this entire game.
I mean, they jumped out to that 17-point lead and they have not looked back. I mentioned it a couple of different times. The lead has been cut to 7, but the Sevens have not been able to get to within that. Stacey Smith. Kick back out. Turnover. Ooh, put back, no good. Johnson.
One thing that's definitely improved for Halifax Prep is their ball movement, their swing action across the perimeter there. It's just now guys opposite of the ball got to be able to create offense just through movement. Johnson in the corner. No good. Tayal Richards coming up with another defensive stop, man. He's been money for this team.
Prasad pushing back the other way. Quick hands, Jaron Johnson. Kick out, corner 3. J9 needs it. Ooh, bounced back out. Prasad was looking ahead, thinks better of it. Nice lead to Dio Richards. I think they called that foul purely on the swipe. Once a ref sees that easy call, Jaron Johnson fouls him. On his way to the line for a 3-point play is Dio Richards. Timeout on the floor, 3:10 to go.
By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from elite NBA skill trainer David Tyndale. Entering the showcase environment provides every camper an opportunity to measure their talent against elite prospects within the region. Top performers raise their stock and begin their recruitment process with exposure opportunities through national rankings, player mixtapes, and connecting families directly to college and university coaches. Regardless of age, gender, or talent level, developing professionalism and positive habits are vital for the success of all campers in life and in basketball. The blueprint tackles academic eligibility, self-reflection, assessment, goal setting, and brand management. all aspects necessary to become a professional on and off the court. By attending our camps, you will maximize on
Golden Dough, it's a family restaurant. We are in Mississauga, been here for 25 years. It's a Middle East cuisine. We make it out of love.
3:10 to go, it's a 13-point lead. J-Rel Diggs still over there nursing that injured leg. He will not be back. But I think Oakville Prep will be able to hold on the rest of this way. Really have not been in any pressure since, say, early in that third quarter. Simmons misses it. Prasad with the rock for Oakville. Good strip.
Feed.
Good feed, good strip.
A little bit of a wild pass that time.
Ooh. Great look from Prasad. Dio Richards basket in the bump, heading to the charity stripe.
Here's an interesting thing about Dio Richards that everybody needs to know. Out of necessity for the squad, he's playing as a four-man. His natural position in college is going to be at the three. Any coaches who are watching, if you are recruiting Dio Richards, you are recruiting him as a three-man. He can match up against some fours defensively, but it is not his natural position. Speaks on the unselfishness of the player, too. He just knows what needs to get done.
And that is going to happen at a lot of different levels.
It's all about role definition.
Prasad. Crossover. Turns it over. Jaron Johnson once again with those quick hands. Down low. No good. That was Keenan Moraine on the floor for the first time. Big boy for 2023 is Keenan Moraine.
Already stands at 6'7", and when he's playing amongst his own age group, he's an entirely different player. It's going to take a couple of games to build the confidence and build structure and identity for him on this team, but once he gets going, he's going to be great.
You want to talk about projection. You can see where those hands hang down to, how big those feet are. That kid's got some growing left to do. J9 doing J9 Simmons things, getting to the rim, finishing under 2 to go, leads at 12. Oakville Prep needs to make a stand, Halifax Prep needs to make a stand right now. Prasad into the corner. Don't need it. Take it. Miss it. Big time rebound right there. Headman wide open. Corner three is good. A huge, huge shot from Sahib Singh. First time I said that name this whole session. Prasad back the other way. No call. Pushing once again. Letting them play on both ends. Bounce pass. Hard foul. You can't let that one go. Getting his first burn of the game, and two pretty big free throws coming the way of Keenan Moraine. Meanwhile, Hudson McPhee checking in for the first time in this game as well. Oakville Prep searching for answers right now with J-Rel Diggs injured. That's a big free throw, man. That pushes back to 10 with 1:11 left. You figure Oakville Prep's going to be able to hang on now. Got their young bucks on the floor. Need a three. You know Stacey Smith will take it. He gets it to go. 57 seconds left. They want the pressure on. McPhee turns it over.
And this might have been a rookie coach mistake here. These guys are on a little bit too early. If Halifax ends up pulling this off.
I think at the same time, if you're Oakville Prep, you need to get these guys into some situations to give them a little bit of burn and experience. 42.3 left. Stay with us. We'll be back. Notice.
Now, new names will emerge
Setting the NPA on fire.
with the same passion of those that came before them. And to them we say, next man up.
NPH works in partnership with the community, including the national provincial governing bodies, as well as club programs to maximize scholarship opportunities. The NPH Showcase Circuit is your opportunity to learn the blueprint while joining the NPH family. Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier clubs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct.
42.3 to go. The lead's at 7. What can Halifax Prep pull off in the final 42 seconds? It's going to have to start on the defensive end. They got what they needed. Defensive stand. Stacy Smith. Big time shot. Stacy Smith, the lead's down to 4. They need to get it over midcourt. Turnover. This could be huge. They stepped out of bounds. Prasad getting back on the floor. $16 seconds. Need to get it ahead. They're going to turn it over. Prasad calms it down. No call. Hey, we're in Halifax. Energy in the crowd right now. Fans are getting into it. 6 seconds to go. They need to steal the inbounds. Prasad going to get himself to the line.
This is some hometown refereeing going on right here. He got mugged on 2 straight possessions.
Oakville will be inbounding. I believe we'll be back after a short break.
Opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from elite NBA skill trainer David Tyndale. Entering the showcase environment provides every camper an opportunity to measure their talent against elite prospects within the region. Top performers raise their stock and begin their recruitment process with exposure opportunities through national rankings, player mixtapes, and connecting families directly to college and university coaches. Regardless of age, gender, or talent level, developing professionalism and positive habits are vital for the success of all campers in life and in basketball. So the blueprint tackles.
Well, folks, we got an 8-second call in the backcourt. We have Halifax Prep with the rock with 4.7 remaining, down 4.
What's next? A 4-point play here?
Well, I was thinking it. Here we go. Strap up. Or Oakville Prep icing the kicker, as we're going to stay with it here.
Now, most likely, they're drawing up a play for Stacy Smith in the corner here to knock down a triple. They've taken a couple plays out of Golden State Warriors playbook. Ming and I were talking about this earlier. Now, there's a lot of things going on here. There's some missed calls. Jordan Prasad getting fouled there. There's some very young substitutions coming in at the end of the game for Oakville Prep. I don't know what it is about Halifax. They love to play with the suspense.
Scratch and claw for everything.
And if they pull this off, coming back from 17.
.7 to go. Inbound. Get into the corner. Downey, no good. Smith trying to put back, no call. Wow. Oakville Prep survives. What a game to cap off day 2. We'll be back tomorrow. 2 o'clock Atlantic time. We'll see you then.